What's a fantastic game? A little bit of this, a little bit of this. Okay, welcome back to another live stream video. Well, technically this is pre-recorded because when I did my live stream video, for some reason Instagram got mixed up and they still didn't, post my video. Today, I just want to say, first of all, happy Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. And to the black men watching this, specifically this week, I'm reminding you that it's okay to be tired, but it's not okay to give up on you. Sometimes growth doesn't look like the grind. It looks like rest. It looks like being real. You're not lazy. You're healing, you're learning, and you're still rising. Make sure that you're doing your 60 minutes a day to a better future. Today's theme of our pre-recorded video, a live stream that I did, is failure, try again, and small wins, okay? Because you all know that these previous weeks I've been telling y'all about being the best Uber driver in Atlanta, me transitioning my sites and just trying to maintain and just do this influencer life thing and just try to get brand deals and working on my 60 minutes a day to a better future. Just working, and life has a way of, teaching you so many lessons. And, I guess I can consider, like I said, last week I was saying all about me getting this Uber car, right? And it was a whole lot of issues going on with the car. And I was taking care of it because I drove it for like at least a month. And it was just on both ends where my schedule is so tight that I'm not able to tend to the car as much as it needed to be tended to. And I feel like in a way it is set up, to not drive the car for a long time because, it needs maintenance. Now, I asked God to make my schedule so busy to where I don't have any free time, to just do anything. Like no free time, but like in a sense where only free time would be like me time. You get what I'm saying? So my schedule is just now, busy. So I'm not able to do certain things. Well, what I mean is I'm not able to take the car, for a certain amount of hours because, normally we're able to get off and, go get maintenance done on our car because that's just, what happens in regular day life. So I wasn't able to go get the car serviced the way that it needed to be. And they didn't submit it the way that it needed to be done. So we both weren't doing our jobs correctly. So that brings me into our first point, that failure doesn't mean finished, okay? Just because it didn't work out the first time doesn't mean that it's over. Failure is feedback. That's it. And I reference Aaliyah in this because this song has been on my mind. Oh, that was a horrible. At first you don't succeed, yeah. Dust yourself off and try again, yeah. Try again. So failure doesn't mean that you're finished. So I truly believe that me transitioning from my old site, from what I was telling y'all about, that didn't serve me. I really feel like God leveled me up once I was done with that situation in my life, or that period in my life. I feel like he gave me a transitional period for me to smoothly transition to the next, level of my life, or, what he has laid out for me, So I'm just in my life now. I'm in this period where I'm willing to let it go. Wherever it is, if it's not serving me anymore, I don't want to hold on to something that isn't serving me anymore. I have to let it go, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a failure. It can be, just whatever you're going through. That time is up. You get what I'm saying? So it's time to let it go. And so that's why I felt about that vehicle being the best Uber driver in Atlanta. And I'm not saying that I'll never do it again. And, you know, it's just that time has come for me not to be using that service anymore. And they ended up charging me an extra $100. So that's why I always keep an extra $100, you know, in my account, because I know they be trying to overdraft your account, because the money really comes from the deposit at the beginning, and then it comes from the deposit, and when they have to tell you that, I guess, they clean out your car, you know, when you bring it back, or filling up the gas. I don't know. They make some bullshit as an excuse as to why they got to charge you some extra amount of money. And I fight it every time, so. I fight it and I win it every time. And that brings us to our next point. Small wins still count. Did you get out of bed? Did you go to work? Did you take a break instead of giving up? What is your alternative? What do you do when, you know, it's like life is whooping your ass and you need a break, you need a relief? How do you release? How do you protect your energy? How do you recharge? How do you show up again after the world is world and life is lifing? These things that you find to soothe yourself or relax yourself or recharge yourself, or, you know, before you put yourself back in the public, those things count. Those are those small wins. Stack them little wins until you level up to the place that you want to be. Okay, like I said, having that vehicle was a transitional period. And when God, you know, said, hey, this time is up for this, you know, go give it back, in my opinion, I have to be able to accept, you know, letting something go. And that's something, a part of my attachment issues that I won't get too much into, but I have an issue with just letting things go, or letting things pass on, you know, and or just not keep feeding something that's dead. You know, take those small wins. The failures that you have in life are nothing but feedback for a better future. It's just time for you to go back around again and try again, and until you're successful. In my opinion, God gives you the same test over and over again until you're ready to pass them and move to the next test. Stack those little wins. If you want to go to Zaxby's, McDonald's, Starbucks, whatever your guilty pleasure is with eating fast food, you know, go do that. You know, if you're having a hard day, if your go-to is to smoke a J, spliff, whatever, cigarette, you know, whatever your guilty pleasure is, go do that. Whatever you need to show up in the world healthy, happy, you know, and ready to serve others, do that. But do not let all the difficulties and hardships of the world change your point of view, or change your character or personality, you know, to just be a gnat or be a bitch in this world. You know, find ways to take your power back. Failure is not the end. It is feedback towards a better future. Take those small wins, okay? And know that where you at now in this transition is not where you're going to be. It's not your end goal. If you didn't have a couple struggles to be where you at now, would you really feel worth it when you finally get the fame and claim and success or money that you've been trying to achieve? Okay? And that moves us on to be consistent. Even if it's ugly, I know times are so hard, and time is so fleeting, but it's going to pass regardless. One thing about me, I work so hard every day. Most days I have 14-hour work days, and sometimes that can be a 12-hour shift, 8-hour shift, and, you know, along doing my content, trying to eat, take time for myself, exercise, and all these things. It takes time, you know. And whether or not I realize it, it takes energy, and you have to recharge. And I have such a difficulty or hardship with taking time for myself. I'm always trying to do something, always trying to work, always moving. And I don't realize that my body is like, Shamar, you can't do this. You need to sit down. You get what I'm saying? You don't have to be perfect. Just keep showing up. One reel, one story, one 60-minute block at a time. Don't let your ego talk you out of your future. Okay? Don't let your jealousy, your envy, what you see, all this other stuff on the internet, don't let none of that distract you from what you're trying to achieve. God put you on this earth for a special purpose for you to serve. Okay? Only you know. People can see your blessing on you, but they don't know what your gift is. But you do. So be consistent, even if it's ugly. I have a workshop on my page, for introduction into social media business, where so many people ask me, what kind of camera I need, what kind of tripod do I need, what kind of setup do I need, what's the best setup and background to have, what kind of banner do I need. The first thing that you need that you already have in your pocket that's for free is you have your telephone, your voice, and I'm pretty sure you can find something, a water bottle, a cup, a stand, or something that you can stand it up on, and you can hit record. You have Instagram, Twitter, all these places. All you have to do is hit live, hit record. Even if it's ugly. Okay? Because we all have to start somewhere. Scroll down on my page and see how I started my journey. It wasn't perfect. When I started my YouTube, it wasn't perfect. Did I drop my phone? Yes. Even on some of these live videos, I dropped my phone. Even on some of my previous phone, my videos, they blurry because my camera cracked. So be consistent, even if it's ugly. Things are not going to be perfect. And even the people that we look up to that have all the production and all the things now, if you go back to when they first started, you'll cringe. They probably cringe at their own, content when they first started. So remember that failure is just feedback until you reach that next level. Count those small wins. Take those breaks. Take those 15-minute breaks. Take those smoke breaks. Even if you don't smoke, go take those 15-minute breaks from work. Decompress. When you get home, take a Epsom salt bath. Whatever you need to recharge and show up as the best version of yourself so you can give it to your business, your passive income, what have you. You get what I'm saying? Be consistent. Even when it's ugly, everything is always going to be peaches and cream. People want to know the authentic you. They want to know the real you. They want to know hardships. They want to know that somebody is going through the same thing that they're going through. They're looking for a pick-me-up. They're looking for a laugh. They're looking for something, for some education. They're looking for something. And whatever that God or the creator, higher power of the universe that has blessed you or, given you the talent or gift to share with the world, use that. Don't be scared to try again. Even if people doubted you, even if you doubted yourself, start small, stay solid, love yourself enough to keep going, and respect yourself enough to keep going. Like Aaliyah said, try again. And this time, do it with love. I think that we forget sometimes that we need to lead with love. I know it's, especially myself sometimes, I forget to give myself grace that we're all on this planet and we're doing this for the first time. Some of us have been here longer than others to learn life lessons, but we're all doing this for the first time. So sometimes we have to give each other a little bit more grace, when it comes to mishaps or not understanding something, because they may not have the same experience or level of education, no matter the age, So it's all about educating yourself. It's all about showing up as the best person in the world. So again, make sure that you understand that your failure is feedback to life. Accept the small wins. Be consistent even when it's ugly. And always remember, if at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. Okay? Make sure to follow me at Shamar Miles the Coach. I'm offering classes, 60 minutes a day to a better future. Make sure to click that link in my bio to sign up for the class, answer the questions, and make sure to shoot me an email. Okay? Make sure you drop your favorite emoji in the comments so I know that you were here. I also want to remind you of the affirmation of this week. I posted a video of Iyanla Vanzant. I feel like she's so important in my life. So many of her teachings, even down to her show on Oprah's own network. The work that she does is just amazing, and it has healed me to make me a better black man. She has an affirmation that says, I am willing to love myself awake.
Write it down. Here we go. I am willing to see the truth of who I am. Yeah? I am willing to accept my nobility and divinity. I ask that my heart and mind be open to the truth. I am willing to love myself awake. Okay? And you can write it down. Here we go. I am willing to see the truth of who I am.
Willing to see the truth that I am.
I am willing to accept my nobility and divinity.
I'm willing to accept my nobility and divinity.
That my heart and mind be open to the truth.
I ask that my heart and mind be open to the truth.
I am willing to love myself awake.
I am willing to love myself awake.
Okay? And you can write it down.
So she really has some powerful things, you know, that she discusses. This is just off her YouTube page, that you can take and write down and really put forward towards something positive in your future, or to brighten up your day or whatnot, or to share with someone else. But as she said, you know, be willing to trust yourself. Be willing to love yourself while you're awake, and being able to forgive yourself, and just understand that we are all just a work in progress. You know, we all want to fight and have the best and be the best version of ourselves, you know, and what she just said is real, you know. So I had to share it with you because I'm willing to love myself awake. And Shem Testa Gang, if nobody have told you all day, all week, all month, all year, I love you. And I will see you all in the next live stream. Hopefully next week, because today was June 3rd. So hopefully next week, what's 7 day? June 10th, we'll be able to get the live stream going again. Sorry for the delay, but I will see you all in the next video. I hope you learned something from this video. And I love you all. And all right, I'm out.